everyone. I see there are very less of you who have joined us today. I hope you all are having a good holidays and you enjoyed the Jubilee. Did you watch the news today? Did you watch the Jubilee today? Did you watch the parade today? How's everyone? Everyone is doing good. I can see you guys. There are three of you in YouTube. I can see that five of you have joined us now. So you all must be enjoying your holidays now, half term. Nearly end of the half terms now. I watched the air show. Did you? Did you like it? That was really good. That's why I postponed the live today from morning to the evening so that all of you could enjoy the parade and see the Jubilee celebrations in the morning and then have some live in the evening. Do some work. You loved it. Did you? That's really good. You loved it. That was the reason we came in the evening today because I wanted you guys to enjoy a little bit of the parade, have some fun because we were also watching it. And the weather is so good today. Luckily, it's not raining today because rain is something which is always there, which interrupts the weather in UK. Sometimes it's rainy, sometimes it's sunny. We have really different weathers here, don't we? That's nice. That's good. So, what are we doing today? Let's get started. Because the paper is really big, what are we going to do today? Basically, we are doing a CEM paper. That's the free paper from CGP. So it's a really good paper, and I hope you all will like the paper. The paper is basically a CEM style, and if you are new, you would know that the CEM style is basically for Bexley schools. So Bexley schools they normally have a CEM style of pattern. So CEM, if you don't know in my area it's always raining. That's good. So basically, a CEM style is you have more of opposites meanings, and you have clause passage, you have shovel sentences. So it's little hard the CEM than the GL1. GL1 is also it has codes, it has coding, and it has word links, it has all these things. And this one has more of CEM stuff. So it's much better. I don't know. It depends on you guys which one you like. CEM, verbal reasoning, or you like GL. I think so GL is more scoring because in GL you can give a lot of guesses in that one, but in this one you have to have a good vocabulary. Your vocabulary needs to be really, really good if you're preparing for CEM. And if you're preparing for Bexley, I would also like to tell you guys, I think GL is easier. Okay. You're absolutely right. GL is much easier than CEM. That was I was telling. And if you are giving CEM, I would like to tell you guys that your registration has opened. So you could go to the Bexley Council website and could register yourself for Bexley. Or if you're preparing for GL, GL is also has opened. GL is basically for Kent. Registrations for Kent opened yesterday, so you all can go on the Kent's website and also apply for Kent schools. So if you guys have joined us, if you're ready, I can start sharing the screen so you all can start doing the paper. And this paper, I know some of you won't like it because it has a comprehension which some of you don't like comprehension at all. So it has comprehension in this. So let's get started. And remember to join us tomorrow also. We are coming live at 12 o'clock. And tomorrow we will be doing grammar and we'll be having a lot of prizes for the Jubilee special. So you have the Jubilee special coming up tomorrow. And I'll be the one who gives me more good right answers. And my computer will choose the winner. And that winner might get a surprise from us. So let's get started. Let me share the screen with you all. I've hidden myself so you all can see the screen. You have done this paper before. That's really good. So, Neve, you should be getting everything right today then. What is the price? If you come live tomorrow, then you will come to know what the price is. So, have you guys read the comprehension first? Because the first part of this paper, I have done it too. That's good. You have also done it too. So, all of you would be getting all the answers right now. Have you guys read the comprehension, or you need some time to read the comprehension? I can own little music for you guys so that you can read the comprehension before we start doing the answers. Do you want to read the comprehension? Let me just put a little music for you guys so you can read the comprehension. You need some time. Okay. So you all can start reading the comprehension now and let me know. The comprehension is only this much. It's not a big one. Only this much is the comprehension, so you can read it. And then we can start doing the questions. If you want, I can zoom in a little bit. Let me zoom in for you all. I think it's easier now. You can read the comprehension before we start doing the answers. Have you guys read it or you need more time? I like your dancing, Neve. Really good dance. You read it? Done? Okay. Looks like everybody's read the comprehension. So we can start doing the questions now of the comprehension. So the first question of the comprehension is, what word best describes how Daniel feels the start of the passage? You know, I also have a voice which reads for me. I'll show you my voice. How does this voice read the comprehension for you all? Let's see it.
Which word best describes how Daniel feels at the start of the passage? A, anxious, B, excited, C, unlucky, D, angry, too. Which of these statements is true?
So you see, the voice was, which word best describes how Daniel feels at the start of the passage? Does she anxious, excited, or she's unlucky, or she's angry? Which one do you think would be the answer? Anxious. Yes, if you read the comprehension, you would have seen that it says that Daniel is anxious about starting his new school. He was really anxious because he was starting a new school. So the first one, as you all has given me the right answer, is anxious. Let me take. So the first one is anxious. So let's do the second one now. Which of the statement is true? There is a beast in the school hall. Daniel cannot see the school hall. There is no other children in the corridor. And Daniel wears glasses. So which of the statement do you think is true? In the passage, it says that Daniel, why she is, what do you think it is? Does she wear glasses? What do you think she does? Yes, she does wear glasses. Let me just take some of your answers on the top. Good. So let's do that. She wears glasses. So that's your number D. So the next one now says that what word describes what Daniel's father looks like. So if you remember the passage, how does her dad looks like? So how do you think her dad looks like? What do you think the answer could be for this one? Was his dad a bold man, a tall man, a thin man, or a broad man? So you think her dad, everybody's saying the dad was a tall man. Yes, all of you are right. In the passage, they say that Mr. Grime is described as he was basically a really tall man. So all your answers are right. Let me just do tall for you all. And the next one now tells you, let's let my voice speak for you all. Let's see how does my voice speak now.
Daniel tells Rachel that his name is Dennis at first. Why do you think he does this? A. She approached him from behind, so he was surprised. B. He doesn't want to be Rachel's friend. C. He was nervous because she was so pretty. D. He did not like being called Daniel.
So what do you think the reason could be now? Because remember, her dad was a school teacher. So if you want to make friends with someone whose dad is a school teacher, you would be really conscious to make friends with someone. You'll be scared to make a friend with a person whose father is working in the school, or you would be really happy to have someone whose dad is working in the school. So what do you think could be for number 4? Number 4. And she also lied for her name. Why did she lie for her name? Daniel tells Rachel that his name was Dennis at first. Why did he does this? Why did he do that? He was nervous because she was so pretty. Good, that is your answer. Because remember, it in the passage it keeps saying that he is really nervous looking at her. So the answer for number 4, let me take a for number 4 is C. So number 5 now. How does Daniel think the other pupils will treat him? They will be unkind and unfriendly. They will be nervous but welcoming. They will be kind and friendly. They won't know what to say to him. So obviously it's his first day of school. How would the other children treat him in the school? What do you think they would do for number 5? So he thinks that the other pupils, they might not be welcoming. They would welcome him, but he must be having double thoughts. So what are the thoughts he might be having? You think they'll be kind and friendly. They should be kind and friendly, but it was opposite what he was thinking. His thinking was absolutely opposite. He was thinking that they would be unkind and friendly. So none of you have given me the answer for this one. They were thinking that they would be unfriendly with him. So let's do
How
the
do you
next
think
one.
Rachel's brother Tom knows what the headmaster is like? A. Tom is a friend of Daniel's. B. He has heard what the headmaster is like. C. The headmaster knows Tom's parents. D. He already goes to the school.
So what do you think the answer could be for this one, number 6? So what do you think the answer could be? Tom is a friend of Rachel. You think is that one? No. Anyone else giving me? Because remember, he's already going to the school. He knows what the headmaster is. And he also knows how the headmaster looks like. He already goes to the school. It would be number D. One of you have given me the answer. It'll be number D. Because Rachel's brother Tom knows how the headmaster looked like because he was already the student of the school, and he knows that the headmaster, how he already goes to the school, so he is already a student of the school. So the answer would be D for this one.
How do you think Daniel feels at the end of the passage? A miserable, be relieved, C shocked, D uncomfortable.
So what do you think? How does he feel? Was he miserable, shocked, or he was uncomfortable? So what do you think could be the answer for number 7? 6 is D. We have already done that. So we are looking for number 7 now. Anyone? How do you think that Daniel feels at the end of the passage? How did he feel in the end of the passage? Did he felt miserable, or he was relieved, or he was shocked, or the last one, he was uncomfortable? So if you know the passage, it says that Daniel thought secondary schools might not be so bad after all. It shows that he was relieved because he was relieved. Yeah, somebody's given me the right answer. So basically, in the end, he thought that the secondary schools are not so miserable. And what he was thinking, remember in the previous question they asked you, how did he feel? So basically, he was feeling that he will have a really bad day. The secondary schools will be miserable, but he was wrong. He was really relieved that what he was thinking, it was the opposite. So the answer for this one is relieved. Let's take it's relieved. So number 8 is now which of the following facts is given in the passage? Rachel's surname, Daniel's age, Daniel's surname, the name of Daniel's new form tutor. So what do you think the answer could be for number 8 now? So remember what the surname is of her father. So with that you would come to know. You think 8 is D. Anybody has a different answer? Good, you got the right answer, Neve. It says his dad's surname. So you would say that it's C. So the answer for number 8 is C. Now you have to look at the lines now. They are saying what is meant of by the word address in lines 5. Directions for to classes, the place where someone lives, a formal speech, an official warning. So what do you think is meant by the word address? So you have to go back to the comprehension and see how the word is being used in line 5. So what do you think the answer could be for number 9 now? Good. It's C. Oh. So the answer for number 9 is for number 9. The answer is C because address means a speech. In this contest, a welcome address is a speech given to welcome the new pupils to the school. So when you go to secondary school, your school will give you a speech, a welcome speech to welcome you in the school, That's why the answer for that is C. So, what is meant by the word serve? Let's see now. What does that mean?
What is meant by the word severe? Line 6. A strict, be miserable, see thin, unreasonable.
So, what severe means? You again have to look at line 6 and see what does that word means. Does it mean someone's really strict to you? Someone was really miserable to her? Or someone thin or unreasonable? So, what do you think the answer could be for number 10? Someone who was really strict. That's good. So, it's basically when someone is really strict with you. And who was strict with her if you read that? Severe means strict. The headmaster is strict because he does not put up any nonsense. So basically, the headmaster was really strict with the children. He didn't tolerate any misconduct in his school. He didn't like any of the students to be rude to each other. He always wanted everyone to be nice to each other. So let's do the next one
What
now.
is meant by the word simultaneously? Line 9. A one after the other, B in an effective way, C by sharing the tasks, D at the same time.
So, what do you think the answer could be for number 11 now? Again, when you are given a line, you should go to that line and see what the word means and then tell us the meaning of the word. You think it's D. So, all of you are giving me the answer. It's D. Yes. Simultaneously means at the same time. Mr. Graham will be both Daniel's father and his headmaster at the same time. So, he was basically doing two duties, being the headmaster and being the father of her. So, let's 11 is D. So the next one says that why do you think Rachel does not feel nervous about starting a new school? Because she had already met Daniel, because she knew what to expect, because she knew the headmaster, because she found her old school boring. So what do you think the answer could be for number 12? Remember, her brother was already at the same school. If your brother is already in this same school, so what it would be? Yes, the answer is B for this one, because she knew what to expect. So let's do the next one now.
Daniel thinks that he will never hear the end of it. Line 9. What do you think this phrase means? That his dad will punish him at home if he misbehaves in school. B. The other children will tease Daniel for being the headmaster's son. C. His dad will boast about being Daniel's headmaster. D. The other children will ignore Daniel because he's the headmaster's son.
So his dad was the headmaster of the school. So what do you think the answer could be for number 13 now? So you think that number 13, the children will tease Daniel for being the headmaster's son. Yes, you're right. The children will definitely tease him because if they know that you're the headmaster's son, they would try to be rude to you, because they would indirectly would be rude to you. They would be saying things to you, but they would be telling you about your dad. So number 14 now. Rachel says his bark is worse than his bite. In line 16. What do you think this phrase means? The headmaster only punishes those who deserve it. The headmaster has a bad temper. The headmaster never punishes anyone, or the headmaster is not as scary as he seems. So, what do you think the answer could be for number 14? Let's see what the answers you guys have written for this one. If you look at this, it says that the headmaster only punishes those who deserve it. Or you think the headmaster is in a bad temper. Yes, the answer is D. All of you are giving the right answer. The headmaster is not as scary as he seems because the headmaster, the name itself, headmaster, says that he's a really scary person. But actually, he's not as scary as you think he is. Over 400 years, now we are going to do complete the passage. In the complete the passage, you all have to think about the words you need to fill up to complete the passage. This is basically a clause 1 which some of you don't write, like basically. So, what do you think could be the first one? Over 4,500 years ago, the dash. Ancient, good, all of you got the word. Egyptians, Egyptians begin dash pyramids. So, what type of pyramids do they do it? What would be the next one? So, remember, you're doing something. What's that word called? Building. Good. So, that's a B. That's a U. And then you have, when you have something like D and you have NG and one word is missing, always try putting I there and see if that makes sense. Building. So let's do the next one now. Let my.
The pharaohs. The pyramids to be.
So what do you think the word could be in the middle now? Let's see if you guys know this one. Intended. Good. Intended the pyramids to be impressive monuments, internal resting, dash to safeguard their souls. So, what do you think could be for the next one now? Placed. It cannot be placed. Places. Good. So, you have to think how to fill it up when you have something. If you have to start something, if you have an H like here, so try doing from T and try making a word if that makes sense. So in this, they are telling you that a wealthy Egyptians would fulfill their tombs with the something they would need in the afterlife, but they dash. So what do you think would be 19? So it's things for this one. So it's THINGS. And for number 20 now, they would need the afterlife, but the I can't, okay? So, what do you think you could do for number 20? They believed. Good. Number 20 is believed. So, you have believed for this one. I E that before their souls were. What do you think their souls could do? Now we are on number 21, but that before their souls were granted. Good. Your souls were granted. Their dash on earth would be judged. So let's see how does our sound say this word now.
Sample assessment test for CEM, Durham University. Their ATNS on Earth would be judged rigorously.
So what do you think you would put inside now? For 22 now. Remember, that would be judged. What would be judged in your. What actions would be judged? Oh, I told you the word. It's actions. So we are looking for 22 now. What do you think would be 22? 22 is actions. Good. This dash would happen in the underground. So what do you think would happen in the underground? That's for 23. So remember, in the previous one, what did you write and what do you think would be the next one? Judgment. Good. So that would be a J and this would be meant. When you have something NT, try putting MENT meant, then making the word. The judgment would happen in the underworld where the deceased person's heart would be dashed against the fetters of the goodness. So, what do you think the answer would be for this one?
Where the deceased person's heart would be WEHED against the feather of the goddess Maat.
So, what do you think the word is missing now? Good. So, the word is, let's put the word for you all now. And the next one, number 25. If the heart was dash, then the feather. What do you think the heart was, then the feather? What do you think could be the next one? Heavier. I think somebody just wrote heavier here. Would be heavier. Would be heavier than the feather. It would be dimmed something and the person would not something the afterlife. So what do you think you would write here now? So we are looking for 26 now. Think about what they are saying. Un, if you have th in the end, if you have th and something is missing, try putting y there and see what it will be. It cannot be unworthy. Yes, it's unworthy. Good. It cannot be unwanted. You cannot change the sequence of the words. Remember that. So this is a O. Unworthy, and the person would not dash the afterlife. So what do you think the person could not do in afterlife? Would not dash the afterlife. Enter. Good. The person would not enter the afterlife. So it's INTER. So let's try doing the next one now.
Joe's R-step pyramid was one of the FT of these tombs.
So what do you think it was? If you have something starting with F and ends with T, try putting your vowels there, A, E, I, O, U, and see if that makes more sense. If doesn't, then keep moving to the next one. First, good. So the word is first for this one. It's known as the step pyramid dash it was built. So it was known as the step pyramid. So what do you think you could put in this one? Anyone? As let me see if I got the right answer because good. So I've got the right answer. It's because CAUSE, because it was built as a series of 6 successfully dashed squares. So what do you think they were? See, it's given here as a series of 6. So what do you think it could be? Let's let our voice read it for you guys. This one.
As a series of 6 successively LLER squares.
So what do you think you would do now to fill up the words? What words you could do? If you have something like squares, try making it bigger, or another thing or bigger, opposite of bigger would be. So what do you think you could write instead of that? Anyone? No? As a series of 6 smaller. Good. So you have smaller here. On top of one something. So where are they basically built? A top of all of you are giving. So they are built on top of one another. Good. So basically they are one another.
The burial chamber is HIN underground and sealed with a stone weighing 3.5 tons.
So, what do you think could be the hidden word now? Remember, if they're talking about underground, what would they do next? The burial chamber is, what do you think it could be hidden? They are hidden underground and sealed with a stone weighing 3.5 stones. But this did not dash the grave robbers. So remember the robbers, they were so bad. They they were not able, they still found it and they stole it. So, but this did not dash the robbers. So, what do you think it could be? Deter. Good. It's deter. And the last thing, when the tomb were, let's do the last one now and let's see what the answer is.
When the tomb was excavated, 34, almost NTG was left inside.
So, what do you think you would write for the last one here? Nothing. Good. So, the last one is nothing. Now we are on a different one. In this, you have to make out the words outside the bracket that has a similar meanings to the words in set of brackets. So you need to find a meaning of a word which means these four: to point something, to direct something, to purpose or intention. So what do you think could be for the first one? So it should be the meaning of any all these four. No. Goal is basically when you say that it's my goal to achieve something good in life. You need to tell me one. It's not like that. You don't tell two of them, you just tell one. If you choose any one, that will be the meaning of all four, will give you the meaning of all four of them. Like point to someone, direct someone, to purpose, or to intention. This is my intention, or it's my purpose to do really good. It's your purpose. I don't know how you would you use purpose as a sentence. It's your purpose to do your homework. I can direct you to the right direction, or I can point you to the right direction. So the answer would be aim. Good. And the next one is, let's see what you think about the next one. Let's our speaker speak it
Five
for you.
sample assessment test for CEM, Durham University. Trench drain, abandoned dump, drop. Gutter ditch leave.
So what do you think the meaning could be of these four? Ditch. Let me just see. Yes, it is. Because ditch basically means a narrow channel used for drainage or to discard something. So the answer for number 36 would be ditch. So the next one, your talent, your ability to present and to offering. So, what do you think it could be? It cannot be a skill because skill won't mean these four. Skill will not mean that a talent, an ability, present, or offering something. So, it will not be a skill because skill doesn't tell you offering and a present. Think about the ones which make more sense and then try doing it. Bonus won't be the one. So, what do you think it could be? Yeah, it's gift. Because gift will be a talent, ability, present, and offering. So, it makes sense with all of them. Next one now. Next one is a path, a route, a hunt, and a pursuit. Will be a way, chase, passage, or track. So, what do you think the answer? A passage, a track. It would be a track because if you look at a track is a path, a route, a hunt, and a track can mean a rough path or to follow. So, your answer for this one is a track. And next one now, a law, a code, a lead, and reason. Will be a rule, govern, order, or instruct. So, which one of these you think would make more sense? Yes, I am getting your answers. Rule. Yes, it'll be a rule. That's a good one. You got it right. If I'm saying if it says a Facebook user means you are in Facebook. So it will be rule because rule can mean a code of behavior or to exercise control. So the answer for 39 is rule. So let's do the next one. Let this read fast.
Assess grade, scratch dent, judge mark rate cut.
So what do you think the answer would be for this one? For 40 now? Good. 40 will be mark because mark can mean to evaporate work or a visible spot or trace someone. So the answer would be a mark. Next one now. Next one is people, stripe, run, or sprint is a dash, nation, race, or a type. So which one of these you think the answer could be? Good. 41 would be a race because race can mean a group of people united by common history or a competition or speed. So your answer for 41 is race. So now we are on 42. 42 is late, overdue, after or following, could be delayed, next, detained, or behind. So which one do you think would be 42 now? In this one, try looking at the one which makes more sense to you and then see if you can fit it with the other one. 42 is not next, it's behind. Because if you see behind, behind can mean delayed or further back. Behind could also mean these two things. So the answer for 42 is behind. 43 now. So let's do 43 now.
Stone boulder, swing sway, roll rock. Rock tilt cobble.
So
44.
so what do you think the answer could be for 43 now? 43, you got the right answer. It's rock. Why? Because rock can mean a stone or to move back and forth. So basically, the answer for 43 is rock. The next one now.
Bolt fasten, ringlet curl, hair seal. Plate lock.
So what do you think the answer could be for 44 now? Lock. Good. 44 is lock because if you see that, lock can mean to secure something or a curl of hair. Good. So your answer is lock. So now we are in the opposites. So you need to tell me the opposite for sweet. So what do you think the opposite could be of sweet? Something is very sweet and something is very bitter. Good. And the next one, the opposite is for poor. He is very poor. He is very. So what do you give? Or what would you write the opposite for poor? He is very poor and he is very wealthy. Good. And the next one is very dry and it's very. So what do you think the opposite is for dry? It's very dry weather today is very. Let's see if anybody's given me the answer. Moist. Good. The next one is it's very bright today. It's very. So what do you think the opposite could be for bright? Let's see if anybody's giving me the answer. Good. It is shady. And the next one is temporary. This is your this is your temporary account. This is your temporary school year going here. So what's the opposite of temporary? Permanent. Good. Permanent is right. It starts with a P E R M A. And the next one is very slow. You're very slow and you're very. He drives really slow. He speedy. Good. Opposite for joy would be. Let's see how many of you know this one now. Good. It's VOE. It's very rare and it's very. This is very rare. Would be the opposite for rare. It's very rare. It's very common. Good. So the opposite is common. CO. He's uninterested. What would be the opposite for uninterested? So what do you think the opposite would be for uninterested? Eager. Good. And the next one is he's professional and he is what would be the opposite for professional? Let's see if anybody's got that. Immature. Good. Now you have finished this section. Now in this one, you have to find. Oh, this is the last section now. In this one, you have to find the word that means the same or nearly the same of the word on the left. So what do you think could be for brave? Let's use our loud one. Let's say the one.
Brave, noble, fearless, capable, tough.
So what do you think could be opposite of brave? You want me to zoom in? Okay. Can you see it now? He is brave. He is fearless. Good. The next one now. Let our loud person speak now. Let's see.
Guess, consider, estimate, belief, idea.
So, what do you think the opposite? They're not the opposites. What are they? Nearly the same. Mean the same meanings. They're not the opposite. It's mainly the same meanings. So, what do you think is the same meaning of the word guess? Good. Guess is estimate. You got it right. Is estimate. So let's do the next one now.
Worth, payment, value, expensive, reward.
So what do you think the same meaning of the word worth? Value. Good. If you look at these, they all mean the same. He's worth it, he's value. So this is the same meaning of the word. So what do you think the same meaning for study means? To teach, student, learn, or education? Which one? To learn. Yes, let me see. Yes, it's learn because to study something or to learn something is same. It's not brave answer novel. No, brave and for the answer we have written, both of them means somebody who's very courageous. For study, it's learn. And the next one now.
Assist, treat, remedy, cure, aid.
To assist someone, another one of assist would be aid. Good. Next one now.
Glad, comforted, pleased, comical, witty.
So, what do you think the same meaning of the word glad is? I'm really glad you came to my. I'm really glad to see you today. Something like that. So, what could be another one of that? Good. It's pleased. Next one now.
Shovel, excavate, sift, tunnel, scoop.
So, what do you think is the next one now? 61. I can tell you what the both the words mean. Both the words basically mean some tools to picking up loose material. No. So the answer for shovel, nobody got it, is scoop. It's basically they both are instruments which are used. They are tools basically which are used for picking up loose material. So the answer for this one is scoop. Next one now.
Ring, round, shape, and tunnel.
So what do you think the opposite would be for ring? Band. Good. Both the words mean something in circles, something else. So now we are on 63 now. Let's see what does 63 means now.
Bendy, broken, flexible, snap, springy.
So what do you think is for 63 now? Bendy. Something which is very bendy. Flexible. Good. The opposite for bendy is flexible. The next one now, tight. So what do you think the same meaning would be for
Tight, taut,
tight?
solid, tense. 65. Scare, afraid, shock, frightful. Tight, taut, solid, immovable, tense.
So what do you think could be for tight now? Let me see if anybody got it right. No, none of you got it right. Something which is really tight and something which is it's not solid. For 64, your answer for 64 would be, let's do it because none of you know this one. So let's do it.
Taught. Taught.
So tight and taut. So the next one now, scare. So what do you think the opposite would be for scare? Afraid, shock, frightful, or fluster?
Fluster.
So what do you think could be for scare now? Scare and shock. Both words means to make someone feel afraid, to scare someone, and to shock someone. Let's do it. The next one now. Almost done. So let's finish it fast.
Shrinks like miniature Wayne simplify.
So what do you think the opposite for 60? Sorry, not the opposite. The same meaning for the word 66 is now shrink. So let me just do this for you guys because we are running out of time. Let me just do it. For 66, the answer is Wayne. And the next one now.
Soak, drench, damp, drip, clean.
So what do you think the same meaning for this word is? If you look at that, soak and both the words mean to making someone wet. So what do you think the other one would be for that one? No. Soak is like making someone really wet. So what do you think the opposite could be? So the opposite for this one, none of you have told me the right one. So let me just do it.
Drench.
So soak and dredge. And the last one now. So let's do the last one for today.
Blunt, curt, silent, secretive, defensive.
And what do you think is the last one for blunt? And the last one, your answer for the last one is
Curt.
so that's the answer for the last one. Let me just put some of your answers. You guys were basically struggling in these. And with this, we are done with the paper. I'll stop sharing the screen now. We are done with the paper now. I hope that you all like this paper. The end was a little hard, where you had the opposite and the meanings are the same meanings. You all were struggling in that. It's fine. And with this, we are done with the paper. I hope all of you liked it. And remember that we are going to be live tomorrow at 12 in the morning tomorrow. And I'll see you all live tomorrow at 12. And if you have not liked the video, please do that and enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you guys back tomorrow in the morning at 12. That's all for today. And I'll see you guys back tomorrow. Bye.